Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily. Des here. Who's ready to attack the week with some Monday motivation? Who's ready to give another one a real big effort? Of course, that's all we try to do every week. And now, I've been doing DOdaily for 52 weeks. This is the start of year 2. It was exactly a year ago today that I decided to do my own personal vlog, a YouTube channel, to try and promote activity and well-being, but also to pass on some of my experience, some of my knowledge, some of the things I've learned over the last few years when I've really thrown myself into the things I do. I've mentioned so many times, 5 or 6 years ago now, that I made several changes, and I really felt the benefit from them in so many ways. Not only did I lose weight, it's improved my mental health dramatically and my physical health, whilst there's been the odd hiccup along the way. An unhealthy and unhappy lifestyle and feeling before that change, has led me to do all the things I want to do today. And whilst it's tough, it really is, trying to do a YouTube channel every single day, every single weekday. It's really rewarding as well personally. Whilst it's not rewarding in any other way really, it doesn't get massive views, it doesn't draw any income. What it does, it gives me real intention, purpose and focus to what I'm doing. And whilst I'm doing that, it sort of supports everything else I'm trying to do as well. In the background, of course I work and I'm trying to build a community interest company, and it's not easy, but taking some of the disciplines from what I do here back into sort of trying to build that, it really does the trick. It's so important for me to do this day in, day out. And whilst I don't always feel it as well, it just keeps me going. It just offers perfect reminders sometimes. Whilst I'm trying to help and advise others, it can be the perfect reminder that I need to sort of take some of my own advice. I need to listen to what I've got to say, listen to my body, at times, and just keep evaluating, keep sort of reflecting on what's worked and what's not. And that's all I'm trying to do through this, is just encourage people to make good decisions at the right time, which is going to help them in everyday life. I've mentioned already how tough the last 12 months have been, and it really has, hasn't it? Whether there's a pandemic or not, life just sort of can get the better of us. Personally, I've experienced lots of ups and downs, but possibly the best thing I can take from this is the fact that I'm learning to deal with those downs so much more. I've had some real knockbacks, and at the moment I'm kind of worried about a lot of people around me. But one thing I've reiterated since day one is not to be defined by the things you can't control. And whilst it's okay to be upset and angry and disappointed, it's just an emotion. I've realised that we quickly sort of come through those periods, sometimes quicker than others, sometimes it's not so easy, sometimes it's easy to get knocked back there as well. So all I'm trying to do is use certain methods to keep pushing forward, to keep pushing on. And one of those is always never miss a Monday, never ever miss a Monday in terms of activity. In terms of a lot of other things I do personally, it's important for me to get out there, getting plenty of activity. We all know the benefits. I've spoke about the benefits 100 times before, and I'll speak about them millions of times again. The benefits you get from actually getting outside, getting some fresh air, getting some exercise in. It keeps us fit and well. It keeps our mind strong as well. So Monday is all about that, is getting out there and enjoying it. As you can see today, I'm down by the river. Lots of DOdaily has come from down by the river, but today is one of the nicer days. After the past couple of months, it's been really tricky, windy, but it's really calm and sunny, and it's just amazing to be out. Another fantastic reason to give it a go. and being out, in somewhere I love, somewhere I enjoy, doing what I do, even more so, it makes it that much more important and really, really enjoyable. All I'm hoping to do is pass on a message that from the smallest things we can take so much. Whilst I'm out walking now just to film DOdaily, I'll be out a little bit later as well with a smaller group I've got at the moment, where we can get out for a walk on a Monday evening after the video's uploaded after 6 p.m, and really sort of make the most of the night's drawing out. Feels absolutely amazing to be able to do that. Got some great support around me which makes that possible. It's absolutely fantastic to feel like I've attacked it with some vigour, with some purpose, with some intention, because I know once I've done what I've got to do on a Monday, once I've done DOdaily, once I've done my walk, I'm on it for the rest of the week, and that's what's really important, isn't it? What I will do, I'll just run down what we've got on offer. I do this every week. Of course, activities, things to get involved in, a safe space that people can sort of join the conversation. One of my real aims and a passion I've got is to keep people connected, offer them things they can get involved with. So tomorrow we've got the solidarity session, absolutely fantastic. Again, that's been running for the same amount of time as DOdaily. A chance for people to take part in a virtual activity session at the same time of 6:30, straight after tomorrow's episode of DOdaily, and they can do absolutely whatever they want. It takes all that pressure off in terms of meeting at a certain place, rushing around to get to the session, doing activities what other people prefer. The beauty of this is you can do absolutely what you want. All we ask is people to come together as a community, posting pictures, let us know what they're up to, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's been one of the real highlights of DOdaily over the past 12 months, whilst we've not been able to meet, lots of people have taken so much from it. So if you can join us, like I say, posting those pictures, tag us in all your social media posts. We'd love you to get involved. It's something I really want to expand on in the next 12 months, so do join us. On Wednesday, we've got the Wednesday Workout Challenge. Of course, it's the continuation of plank for 250 seconds a day and the Last Man Standing Steps Challenge. Running sort of 2 in April concurrently. The Last Man Standing will extend beyond that, but it's all about just finding some midweek motivation to take part in activity, build on what we did on the Tuesday. I quite often add a challenge or add in a new exercise or something we can all get involved in, which is free, absolutely free of charge, inclusive, and again, just different activities, things that are easily accessible, things that we can all do, and whilst things are still virtual, we can meet up in smaller numbers, so it's great to see when people do that. Whilst things are still virtual, we ask people to keep posting in those pictures and keep the great spirit going, what we've built onto that point throughout each week. On Thursday, it's a live questions and answers session. I try to be as honest and relatable as I can to answer all your questions, whether it's about the way I'm feeling, whether it's about the activity we've taken part in, whether it's about coronavirus. I try to avoid that subject mostly through some of the social media platforms, but on a Thursday it's absolutely whatever you want to ask. I'm quite prepared to give it a real go, give it a shot, and let people know how I'm dealing with it. Of course, part of this, as well as the activity, is about making people feel good about themselves, giving them ideas of how we can do it slightly better. Of course, I ask a throwback question. It was a running related one this week. Whilst we started out as a running group, it's not all about running, and as I've said, over those 2 activity days so far, it was running related this week. Kind of running related. You might get personal best in other other activities. It could be a triathlon or it could be a walk, do you know? But I asked the throwback question: what event did you get your PB at, and why is it so special to you? Do you know, people PB at different distances, at different things, do you know, but which one really stands out for you? It might be a 5k, a park run, it might be a marathon PB, do you know, at London. Absolutely anything you feel you want to sort of add to that. I'd love to get some responses. I'd love you to keep posting in questions. Again, all the links to the social media will be at the end of the video. Please comment on any video throughout the week, any social media, or email des@dorunning.org.uk, and I'd love to sort of answer your questions, pass on some information, just use my experience. Absolutely try not to be too technical. Do you know, I say that all the time because that's so important. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I might even get it wrong at times. Try not to, but I might. But yeah, it's just about passing on that information to help us all out. And if we can share some of that, you know, sometimes just picking up one or two little nuggets, you know, can change so much for our outlook. I'm always listening to people, and it does me. Do you know, I'm trying to make positive change all the time, trying to be better every single day, and it's really important to just keep listening. And then on Friday, it's about wake up to walk. We try to attack the day by getting up, getting out, you know, getting some fresh air. I'm currently walking the Robin Hood Way here in Nottingham. It's an 110-mile route. I think this week will be leg 5. So all I do is just sort of blunder along, chat about where I am, chat about how the week's gone, how I'm looking forward to the weekend, you know, and really sort of make the most of that little bit of extra time in the morning. It's something that's become really, really important to me. So it's one of my favourite times of the week. Really, really enjoy that. And it's a nice way to kind of round things off as the week can sort of get on top of us through all that activity we do personally, but also through busy lives, through work and commitment. You know, it's a nice way to round things off. Before I ask you guys to post your Saturday selfies, you know, whatever you're doing, just to sort of keep motivating and inspiring people to get involved in what we do. And that's all it's about, guys. The whole sort of plan is about encouraging and motivating activity and trying to do our absolute best at staying on top of the situation, because when we can do that, you know, everything's better, isn't it? If we do it with real intention on purpose, it's fantastic. Keep planning it in. Start planning it right now. Which ones are you going to get involved in? All we're trying to be is a safe space. There's absolutely no obligation to take part, but if you do, you know, there's just ways around the pandemic, around the difficulties life's thrown at us, you know, just to do some of the things we enjoy doing, knowing there's a bit of a community out there taking interest and getting involved in what you do. And when people do that, it always feels great, doesn't it? It's always better together. So all I want to do today, guys, is just remind everyone of the importance of consistency and being determined. You know, we're all striving for an easier, more comfortable life, but the reality is, do we really want that? Do you know, if you don't do something, do you know, for example, I've recently been injured, thinking about really picking my running up this week, but how much have I missed it? Kind of said to myself a lot in the past, oh, I'd just love to be fit, I'd love not to be able to run and be slim and healthy, but that's not strictly true, is it? Because when I can't do it, when I can't stick to my routines, I absolutely hate it. Do you know how many times have we wished that we didn't have to go to work, and then when we don't go to work, we quickly get bored and fed up, you know, and kind of just sort of regret and worry about what we're not doing. Do you know, so it's easy sometimes to think, this is not for me, that's not something that's going to work for me. Just give it a try, just give it a go, put a bit of effort into what you're doing, effort into building relationships with other people who can help, who can support, who are doing some of the things you enjoy. When you're around people, you'll take something from them. I've said it a few times. We're an average of the 5 closest people to us, and that's important to remember, isn't it? Because if you're around people who are always involved in activity and want to be fit and healthy, you'll be fit and healthy. If you're around people that are determined and driven, you'll tend to be driven and determined. If you're around people who are a little bit miserable and moody, you might be a little bit miserable and moody, and who wants that? What we have to think about is surrounding ourselves with a good community, good people. And right now, during a pandemic, it's tough, but it's still possible. Whether it's virtual or whether it's meeting up in small groups like I am tonight to go out for a walk. And that's all I want to say, guys. Nothing too much. Like I say, it's been a year. I didn't know how this was going to go. Like I say, if anything, it's done me the world of good. People can judge the success of it for themselves, but for me personally, I absolutely love what I'm doing. Got no intentions of stopping. Really looking forward to another week, another year, however long it takes to make a real go of it. But the one thing I do know is, by promising to do this tomorrow and the next day and the day after that, it'll keep me focused, driven and determined, and by doing it on a Monday, it gives me that real intention and purpose to drive on. Get out there, make the absolute most of this weather, with no guarantees for the rest of the week. It could be the only day you get to go out in the beautiful weather, which is going to give you the inspiration to carry on. So get out there, guys, enjoy it, make the most of it, never miss a Monday. Until Tuesday training and that solidarity session, just doing it.